against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is trying to cement that top four position. Winning Manchester City is a huge win for them. Chelsea won against Leicester City, and that's all the games, the big games that happen in the Premier League. Let's see who is going to qualify for that top four and who is going to be winning the league. Obviously, Liverpool will win the league. Somewhere in Spain, Real Madrid won the game against Barcelona, and Osasuna was cancelled because one of their first team doctor, died that evening before they played that game, so they have to cancel that game. So rest in peace to him. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. I'm here with the A team. Good morning, also. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Interesting weekend. Welcome to the show, guys.
Good morning, John.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, football maniacs. Good morning. Exciting weekend and hopefully better week coming in.
A better week coming in. Remember, this week is still Champions League week, but we'll focus on that tomorrow. Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Bold FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, the Premier League proper. This weekend game was sweet for people that, for John might not be really good for John, but for Arsenal, it's very bad result for Arsenal because they can't keep up that pace with Liverpool winning their game and them drawing their own game. Okay, I'll give you the results of the weekend's Premier League games. Then we'll talk about all of them, or mostly all of them. But early kickoff is Nottingham Forest win against Manchester City 1-0. It was a surprising win for Forest. Forest is trying to qualify for that top four, and they're almost there. 10 more games to go. They need to just hold themselves and nobody qualify for the Champions League. So they won against City 1-0. In the other results, Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. Southampton is obviously dropping down of this Premier League. Other results: Crystal Palace 1, Ipswich Town 0, Brighton winning Fulham 2-1. Aston Villa going away to Brentford to win 1-0. Everton and Wolves played at a 1-1 draw. On Sunday, Tottenham Hotspur and Bournemouth played at a 2-2 draw. Chelsea winning Leicester City 1-1. Manchester United and Arsenal played a 1-1 draw, and today West Ham is going to be hosting Newcastle in the last game of the weekend. Okay, let's start with the early kickoff. Nottingham Forest beating Manchester City 1-0. Everyone was saying, I didn't know. It was a surprising result. I was expecting at all. Now City will get a draw, but Nuno keeps surprising us throughout this season. He beat Liverpool. The only thing that has beaten Liverpool in this Premier League, now they are beating Manchester City. I think it was Arsenal that beat them at home, and they drew the other leg. Now they scored that goal in the 3rd minute to beat City 1-0, John.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but then expected in a way because of the team that Guardiola put out. I keep saying it, and it's going to sound like a broken record, but right now I really don't care. This guy started Bernardo alongside what's his name, Nico, and then started the same newness we've been crying about for the past how many weeks in the right back position. And looking at that lineup from day one, I just turned off my TV set and went to go and do something more productive with my time because there's nothing you're going to tell me. Like it's crazy that Guardiola keeps making the same mistake at the same time and expecting a different outcome. It's crazy that's his expectation, but fine. I think it's a good time to put a pause in the season and sit out this one.
Okay, no. So I think the only competition in Manchester is now is just the FA Cup. I don't know if they are going to win because the way they are playing, they might not even win that cup. But in this game against Nottingham Forest, if you look at the statistics in that game, even though they had more shots on target than City, but City had 14, had 70% possession, but 609 passes or 610 passes, but they couldn't produce anything with all those passes.
10 passes. What was their accuracy rating? 89%, which means these people sat deep. And if you look at when the goal came, I keep telling you, City know how to play the 60 minutes football. You get at 60th minute the goal is still nearly, and I'm like, see, it seems this match will end like this. But I know Nottingham Forest have something up their sleeves, and I just know somehow that this coach is going to do something. And that was when I left the game. At the 60th minute I left the game, and I came back, it was 1-1. I'm sorry, 1-0. They were 1 goal up, and I'm like, how? And I went back to see the replay. It was just the laziness for the players to track back. And I'm like, bro, it's not 60 minutes football. I said this on the Saturday show, and John was like, we're going to turn up, we're going to blow out. If you look at the first leg, City won the first leg. They won by a score. Like, they fought really hard to get that way. You get now in this match, you see that they were fighting really hard to get the win. But in the first 60 minutes of the game, these people sat deep and made sure they absorbed pressure. So that on the time they come out to play football, you will be tired. And I think when you look at the City bench, there's no player that could run that fast. There's no player that could run that much on the City bench currently. We have academic graduates that could do it, but we'll see.
For the top four, I can't even imagine Pegoda not playing Champions League next season. It's going to
It will happen. It is the first time for everything.
Come on, it's going to be disastrous for City. How can they be playing Europa League? Imagine City playing Europa League.
Europa go sweet too. When now we talk about Man U that year, say Man U cannot be playing Europa League.
Like they are playing it for
Chelsea cannot play Conference League. They see Chelsea for there now. So it's not my everybody go touch her.
It's true. Pep already have not played anything other than Champions League since he started coaching. I think 2009 when he took over Barcelona, he has not played any European competition. The Pep probably is going to be the first time, maybe he might. There's always first time for everything, but let's see what happens to him. But they lost target against Nottingham Forest, 1-0. Okay, let's talk about the 4 p.m. Games. First is Liverpool versus Southampton. Liverpool winning that game 3-1. Southampton scored first in the first half, and everybody, okay, probably Arsenal fans are thinking, okay, maybe say we get hope today. But in the second half, again and again, Salah scoring 2 goals, 2 penalties to win that game. Okay, let's
extend this gap. I think 27 goals now. Now, good game for Liverpool. In the first leg, if you look at the first leg, they almost lost to Southampton. I think it was a 3-2 win for Liverpool. They won by the score. The same thing that happened against Man United. But like anytime they see red, then they fight well. You get, and they fought really hard in this game. They got the first goal. They kept fighting until Nunes punched and got his goal. And if you look at the incident to the second penalty, if you ask me, I wouldn't have given it. I wouldn't have given it. One penalty was okay for that game, but in general, it was a good game, to get the win. 3 points in the bag, and that's it for Liverpool.
John, Liverpool, they have won this league. There's no way Arsenal is going to cover that point. Beating Southampton, everybody expected them to beat Southampton, and they did it very well, even though they scored 2 penalties.
They didn't do it very well.
Come on,
they didn't do very well because this is 2 penalties. It's not like you beat them from open play. So kudos to Southampton in that regard, being able to hold out Liverpool, ensure that Liverpool didn't get on the ball as much as they would have expected against Southampton. And then secondly, you can make the mistakes when you want to be physical, when you want to stop opponents from getting some chances. And I wouldn't begrudge them the 2 penalties, albeit good performance from Southampton.
Now, talking about Salah has scored 27 Premier League goals for Liverpool this season. He is highest assist in the Premier League too. He has 17 assists in his name, then 27 goals. Nobody's touching Salah for Golden Boot and top assist of the season.
I think if they do their rating well, he's going to 3 awards this year: Player of the Season, the Golden Boot, and the Playmaker of the Year, because he's created more chances and more big chances at that than any other Premier League player.
I doubt they'll give him Playmaker of the Year though.
Now,
he has 17 assists.
I doubt that, man.
With the goals and assists,
catch him then. With his number of assists you have in the season, even if you create one chance and have 15 assists, they will give you Playmaker of the Year. Watkins had the highest assist last year. That's why he was given. Salah has 17. Nobody's touching.
So, like I said, at the end of the season,
all I'm saying is,
awards.
I wouldn't bet my house on it.
So who will catch him?
It's not about who will catch him.
I mean, no, I'm not.
Let's not forget that
maybe John is looking at the what's it called, FIFA ranking. But in the EPL, if he's not giving, they have a problem with the.
No, you don't understand.
But if he's giving, then fine. I know I'm putting him up there. In international football standards, the Ballon d'Or should be noticing him right now in number 1. Though his goals, and I think in 2025 so far, the only person who has more goals than him is what's it called? This guy at PSG, Ousmane Dembele. Currently in 2025 has more goals than Mo Salah, but he's the best player in Europe right now. So with his performance so far last night, you could see that he has the energy. Even when we say the age is no longer on his side, but he still has the energy, he still has the heart to run around and create something for Liverpool side.
Whether like it or not, he's going to back these 2 awards. He has 17 assists.
Let's hope.
Second person.
This is still the Premier League. That's all I'm saying on
the
this.
second person.
The thing is-
Look at the point. The second person on that table
Is Robert
has 10. So you need to
Robinson
have
and Saka.
and Saka is injured. So Robertson has 10. So Robertson needs to have 7 assists.
What if Saka come now the last 5 games of the match, put like 3 assists per game?
Calm down. Okay, let's see what happens. Salah is the highest goal scorer in the Premier League with 27 goals. Probably he's going to win the Golden Boot, except Haaland starts scoring back-to-back hat-tricks. And he is the highest assist, has the highest assist in the Premier League too. So he probably is going to win the Playmaker of the Year. But let's see if somebody else can win it. Imagine Liverpool winning everything, winning the league, winning the everything. Their players winning everything. But good, I think good team. Good. If you ask me, Liverpool have actually done well in this Premier League. In fact, they have done well all around this season. So let's see what happens with them when it comes to the end of the season. Okay, other games that happen by 4 on Saturday is okay. Let's talk about Brentford and Aston Villa. Aston Villa winning that game 1-0. I think it's a good result for Aston Villa because they are trying to qualify for the Champions League and they got their win against Brentford. It's not easy to go away to Brentford and win 1-0.
Mbwema Alpha, Wisha, Alpha.
They calm down.
I'm not coming out. I'm
They
just
calm
asking
down.
Alpha.
They played. They did their best.
Thank you.
Now you do your best and your best is not enough.
Productivity zero on the day.
On the you say KPI. If you're doing KPI for these attackers, do KPI for these defenders. Their job is to get the tackles in, to get the interceptions, and they did their job. The strikers to get in the positions and get this and get the goals. It wasn't coming forth. You get so everybody KPI was up there. You make the runs, you get the pass, you score the goals. As a striker, you make the runs, you get the pass, you score the goals. But what if the defenders on the night are on another level? You won't blame the strikers for not scoring the goals. You get it brings me to the point of where we will this point you have to drag now. We'll drag it to that point. It brings to that point, but let's wait for that point to the end of the game, to the end of the show. But I just
Don't
feel
worry,
like
I'm well able and ready for
I'm
you.
just feeling like this game was really that kind of game that you sit down and watch and you enjoy the football because going back and forth, it was beautiful flowing football from both sides. But this the Brentford attack was not just giving the vibe of scoring those goals. I expected him to score those goals, but it wasn't.
Watkins scoring in the second half of that game, 49 minutes of the game. He scored the only goal to give Aston Villa that win. So good result for Aston Villa. Let's see if they are going to. Everybody's fighting for that top four. So everybody needs 3 points. So anybody that is dropping 3 points in the last 10 games is doing themselves. Okay, other result is Brighton winning against Fulham 2-1. Good result for Brighton too.
Good result. It was a good game for them. Fulham fought till the end, but you know, Brighton got that goal and they closed out the game. For me, like I said, I expected Fulham to take them to the limits, and Fulham
Actually,
did.
They scored a penalty in the last minute of the last kick of the game.
98 minutes.
So,
How many minutes they give for the match? They give 5 minutes and the match play escalated to 98 minutes. I'm like, bro, what are you still playing extra 3 minutes for? And every time somebody, and I think it's because of the delay. Referees, once they give extra time, stop delaying. You delay the add it.
Let me when they give extra time, it's minimum of 5.
Minimum of 5.
So the referee can allow that game to reach 10 if he wants.
Now they talk now. The delay. If you wait, if Troy go take for like 2 seconds, you don't throw ball. You go want to hold the ball for like 3 minutes. Referee go add them back for you.
Now you know that there's a new rule that is going to be in place in Premier League next season. If a goalkeeper holds the ball more than 8 seconds, they will award
the corner.
They will award the corner kick to the opponent.
Like,
so
so
there's no waste
immediately
of
you
time.
just carry the ball for hand like this.
5 seconds.
Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just buffalo ya. Whether your player not position, just buffalo the ball.
So okay, let's see what happens. That goal was scored by Pedro in that 98 minutes. We get that win, even though that Fulham scored first, but Brighton came back to win that game 2-1. Good result for Brighton. Crystal Palace winning Ipswich Town 1 goal. I think Ipswich is going to go down. There is no way. All the 3 that came up will obviously go down next season.
I think so too. Wolves were able to get a point to,
Yeah, Wolves got a point
away,
too.
but
So Crystal Palace in that gap. I think it's now 6 points
6
now.
points between them and the bottom
So
3.
they just need to win. Find a way to win 7. They cannot win 7 goals, but other teams cannot win 7, so they will survive. So probably Ipswich Town is going to be the team that are going to go.
Friends
It
League.
still drops
Who
to
was
midfield.
giving him service?
Like
Baba
I
gets
said, you
the
can't
ball on
compare.
the flanks.
You can't
and
compare
drifts
the
into
level
the
of
18.
competition.
That's
You can't compare
his
the level
style
of
of play.
competition in the Conference League. So that's in the Premier League. His style of play is get service, take on players, and score his
His
goal.
style of play is not get
He's
service.
taking-
His
he's taking
style
on
of
players.
play is
He's not
receive
the
the
player that will
ball
cross.
on the wing
He's not the player that
and
will cross
drift
the ball
into
to.
the 18.
And this guy in the Premier League drifts into midfield to help create the chance. Now you had players who could create chances for
Please,
you
who
in the
is
team.
he creating the chance for?
You have
Since
players who
Jackson
create
is
the
not
chance for you
up.
in the team. And what happened? You let them go on loan. Why would you not bring them in the first? Let's talk about the hype man, the freedom fighter in the room. Sancho. In the past 10 games, still the same numbers with what's called Kopama. In the past 10 games,
Please do not besmirch Kopama's name, because Sancho is a reject compared to Kopama. Sancho is a fact. No, let's not go there. Let's not go. It's not about that.
See, it's not about pressure.
It's
no
not,
pressure.
it's
There's no
not
pressure
about
on this
that.
guy.
You cannot
Justice
put
not-
you cannot
Justice
put Jadon
not a side.
Sancho. You cannot put Jadon Sancho in the same breath as Kopama, because bro, both of them know they're the same level.
What if-
Kopama is light years ahead of Sancho, and is light years in performance, in productivity, 1,000 times better than Jadon Sancho. Straight up.
Okay. What if the Kopama you guys were singing all hype for is just a one season wonder?
Wow. What was his number last season?
Now last season we see the number now.
What was his number? This season, let's go there, because I like the fact that
check the numbers, please.
I like the claims that are not factual. And I came prepared for this encounter, because you made a claim. Was it yesterday on our podcast? You said that what's his name? That Enzo Fernandez has created more chances for Chelsea than Kopama. Look at the stats right here, man. Kopama has created 2.6 chances per 90 minutes. Enzo Fernandez 2.3. Where is the 5 chances per game? Then secondly, the Jadon Sancho you're talking about is sitting at 1.8, Jackson at 1.3, Pedro Neto at 1.8. So bro is over-indexing. When you talk about goals, let's go to goals right now, okay?
Go back to the Enzo's number.
If we talk about goals,
go back to the Enzo's number. 2 point what?
2.3, man.
What was Thomas' number?
2.6, man. Straight up. If you talk about goals, bro has gotten just 4 goals this season out of 26 appearances. Enzo Fernandez that you are making the noise about. And then we talk about the Kopama, the guy who is leading the line in terms of goal scoring on 14 just in Premier League this season. And so far, because maybe they decided that they want to play through other people in the team, which they are allowed to, you saying he's having a bad game or he's lost fun. Bro, let's go back to goal scoring now. Let's go to goal scoring. He's leading the line. Nico Jackson that they brought in to be number 9 is on 9 goals. I'll be 7 goals for the season. So, bro, Nkunku is on less than 6 when we talk about goals in the Premier League. So, if we are going to call out and look for somebody who is underperforming, who is dragging the team down, bro, you shouldn't be talking about Kopama at all.
For the past 10 games, what has his numbers been?
Bro, cumulatively, what is numbers relative to other players? Let's look at it that way.
Start season, score 15 goals.
It's not about start season. Bro got over 27 goals last season. This season, he has produced over 20 goals this season cumulatively. So let's not go and call it out that he's underperforming.
I think the truth is that I hardly see a player that will go a whole season without having a gap. Maybe 5 games, 6 games.
This one has been longer than 6 games. We see this gap in some games. Alejandro Garnacho for Man United. So all season he hasn't had a Premier League goals. Now that's Højlund for the past 20 games. Premier League goals. Never score. So let's see the numbers. If you have an off season, we know you have an off season. But let's not come here and say he's the light.
Bro, he is the light at Chelsea. There is no two ways, nothing you will tell me. Nothing you will tell me. And then if we look at the last 10
because
games,
the sun will come down.
If we look at the last 10 games, man, look at the last 10 games. These same people, this same Palmer you are crucifying for the last 10 games, nobody has scored 1/3 of his goals in this season. The last 10 games, nobody.
At Chelsea.
On 14 goals in the Premier League, look at the last 3 games and name me somebody that scored more than 5 in the last 10 games. Let's go there.
I think in the last couple of games, Chelsea have not been scoring goals.
So what are we talking about? And why are we crucifying Kopama for crying out loud?
If you're the creator, you create.
Look, the thing about football.
If you're the creator, you create.
Except
if the team is doing poorly, you see. No matter how, there's this player we want to mention. What's it called now? Javier Hernandez. No matter how the team plays poorly, Papa will mark his name present.
As a case of the career Kopama
we cannot use everybody as the status quo for Kopama. But when the team is not doing well, you mark present and you exclude yourself from he did his best. Let's not put him in that number. But in the team that is failing, as Chelsea, you have a Kopama who is failing the most.
Kopama is not failing the most.
For the past 10 games, he's
I
failing
think
the most. No matter how
is
you
not
want to see
failing
the
the
stats
most.
from the beginning of the
No,
season.
I
In the first
disagree
5
with
games,
you.
in the first 10 games of the
Kopama is
season,
not failing
in
the
the first
most.
10 games of the season, his
Just
numbers
as
were
if we look at
it was
if we look
hyper.
at Manchester United, I would say Bruno Fernandes is not failing the most.
Yes, like I said, if the
He
team is
is
failing,
not failing the most
if
because
the team is failing, you mark yourself out.
it's not about
problem-
marking yourself
no, the
out.
problem also is
It's
having-
not about marking
the
yourself
problem-
out.
I'm having a
The
problem
problem,
right now.
the problem, I think the problem also is having is that because he did very well last season, so you're judging him from last
Like,
season. to this season. But the truth
in
is
your
that-
debate, you see, in
Bro,
your debate,
put
you
the
see-
numbers from
wait,
last season
in your-
alongside this
in
season,
your
bro,
debate,
and tell me how far off he is.
John, I'm using your
Put the numbers from last season,
because
pari
you
passu
cannot
with
judge
this
a player
season,
with a certain
and tell
report
me
card.
how off he is.
You cannot judge a player with this report card and come to this player and try to mend
Let me
his
You are
fortune.
judging
Bro,
him with
I am-
last season's
I'm
numbers,
judging him-
yes
I'm
or
judging
no?
him with last
Yes
season's
or
number.
no?
Kopama for Chelsea.
Last season, right? Put his number
As
for last season
Pari
alongside
passu,
this
his numbers
season,
this season, Pari
and
passu
bro,
him.
he's not up to 10% off. Let's go there.
The truth is that
He's not up to 10% off. If he scored 25 last season and this season is on 20, bro, will you crucify him? Of course not. You still have more than 15 games to go.
yeah.
And he can eclipse his numbers for last season, this season. So I think you should put your eyes on other players because it's not about one man. But when one man stands up and performs, we give him his respect. But
and this
that
one I've
for
not-
that
this
one
one
man,
is on
for that
wheelchair.
one man that stands up to perform,
This
there are
one is
about
on
10 other
wheelchair.
players in that side that are liabilities. That is what is happening to Bruno Fernandes. Because Bruno Fernandes, for the life of me, is carrying the club on his head. Everybody's responsibility on his head. And the day he has an off game, every other person have the right to talk about Bruno Fernandes anyhow.
And even in his
Because
off game, he will mark
it's
presence.
not about how many games has he scored goals, man? Let's go there.
He has not
This
scored
season, he has not scored up to 7 goals this season.
Premier League,
He
yes.
and Ahmad are on 5. Go check it. Let's look it up. He and Ahmad are not up to 7. The rest of the players in that squad are totally useless and unnecessary in that squad. All of them. Every single one of them. Especially when we talk about Zeski and Højlund. Both of them are faffing and receiving big paychecks for rubbish.
Okay, let's see. Talking about Manchester United, they played 1-1 against Arsenal in that game. That game ended 1-1. Bruno Fernandes scoring the second back-to-back free kicks in the Premier League after he scored against Everton in that free kick. Now he scored against Arsenal. I think it was well-placed free kick to give them 1 goal in the first half. Then in the second half, Rice equalized. That game ended 1-1. But in that game, it was interesting because Manchester United not created more chances, but they had more clear cuts on goals. They missed. I think Rice saved made fantastic saves for Arsenal to keep them in that game. If not, Arsenal would have lost that game. But I think that gradually Amorim is improving his team. They are running more. They are running more in that team. They are doing well. Even if you look at the statistics, they are basically the same. Even though Arsenal normally will have more possession, but they are not clinical in their position. But generally 1-1, good result for not good result for any of the team. Because that draw are probably taking that league away from Arsenal. Arsenal is now 15 points away.
And
from
the draw
Liverpool.
doesn't also help Manchester
1
United
point,
because they are
because-
still in the relegation fight. Manchester United, West Ham and Tottenham are in a relegation fight. And then going back to the start, Bruno Fernandes in 26 games played in the Premier League this season has scored 6 goals. He's joint top scorer this season for Manchester United with Ahmad on 6 goals from 22. And then the so-called glorious striker that they paid almost 150 million pounds to bring in, Zeski is sitting on 3 goals this season, and Rasmus Højlund is sitting on 2 from 22.
Child.
So let's look at when we are talking about problem, bring everybody out there, put them pari passu with their numbers, and we know who the liabilities are. Straight up.
Talking about Manchester United in this game, I think that they have a striker problem because even though Cesc is scored in the Europa League, in the Premier League they are not scoring goals. That's the main problem. They will not score in the Premier League. Højlund, I think there's a particular chance Højlund got, even though Rice tackled him from behind to clear that ball. But I can have almost 120 million strikers too. And in 22 games, they are giving you 5 goals in 22 games, both strikers. 5 goals. So how do you expect? That's why Man U have a minus negative goal difference in the Premier League because their strikers are not scoring. So you can talk about service all you want, talk about service all you want. Who, for example, even you not compare Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United.
Of course,
because Sporting Lisbon was creating chances for Amorim when he was there. So their striker, what is his name?
Gyökeres
was just scoring goals and probably trying to create chance for himself. But Højlund and Zesi is different striker from Gyökeres. But I don't know why they're not scoring goals. Is it because they are not creating chances? Because they have Bruno. Bruno is a good guy that creates chances. They are not playing Pogba, Garnacho, and what's the guy that plays from the left? And anybody that plays from the left, but they are not still creating chances for these strikers. Even when the striker has 1 or 2 chances, they are not scoring because truthfully, if you're a clinical striker, you need about 3 chances in a game to just bury one.
That's the thing.
You don't need 7 to bury one. You need what?
Now Jackson they get 15 to bury one.
So that's the point. So
Oil no they get at all.
So do you think that they should need buy another striker?
This particular game, you could see how the hold up play was for Man United. Zeski started. I like to see the game differently. I like to see the game differently. Say how it is. Zeski started in this game. Look at how they played. They played out from the back. They were possessive whenever they want to be possessive. They didn't really lose the ball. If it was Man United, once they pass 2-3 times, they lose the ball. You get. But this game, you see Man United string up a couple of passes and get to the positions final third, and still try to take a shot off and maybe miss it, or perhaps Raya saves it. And
Raya was making one-on-one save.
Oh my God! According to Declan Rice, Arsenal lost their head in the last 10 minutes of the game, and that was when Raya became the prime Raya, saving like 15. The flick from what's it called, Zeski, the shot from
Bruno Fernandes,
the shot from Bruno Fernandes, and the coiling shot from Bruno Fernandes, the straight up shot from the volley from half volley from Mazraoui. You get. Now these 3 saves could have gotten Man United to 4 goals lead. You get, but Raya was just everywhere in that particular. Then for Højlund, the 2 tackles he got from Gabriel and what's called Declan Rice was clear-cut praises to defensive work. I won't fault Højlund in that. The defenders were top-notch because if he had touched the ball differently, it could have been a penalty. But they timed their tackles well. Declan Rice especially timed his tackle well and got the ball.
Okay, John. Arsenal is obviously not going to win this league. Arteta was asked about the title challenge after the game. He said he didn't answer. He just left the press conference. But later came back to talk about when he sat down, when he was standing, he didn't want to answer that question. But he said that it's almost over for them. That the word he used is almost. Obviously, he will not say it's over, but he said it's almost over. But everybody knows it's over for Arsenal. They are not winning this league again.
You know, I want Arteta to just own the fact that he messed up, straight up. That's all he needs to do. Otherwise, there's no moving forward from this scenario with Arsenal at this point right now. Because I said it, I remember I said it categorically at the beginning of this January transfer window. I said, Arteta, you have the opportunity of a lifetime. City season is floundering. The opportunity to take that pole position is open. I said it that I would rather spend £150 million in January, get an Isak in, win the Premier League, than wait till summer and start. Because as you are waiting till summer, every other person in that Premier League, every other club is strengthening just as you are strengthening. So you're strengthening at the summer, you know they help you because you have a bed in hand right now. Talking about this season, then the point gap was about, was it 7 or 9 points? It was still redeemable.
At some point it was 5.
Yeah, at some point it was 5, you know. But this is the same thing that I keep coming back to. Arteta is the most delusional person in this life. If Arteta can tell me that you have Havertz, you have Jesus, you don't need a striker, then bro, you are totally mentally deranged. Because if these 2 players, if you look at their performance last season, with this season, you are seeing that they are on a decline. Your entire front line is on a decline this season.
The problem is not even that they have Jesus.
That we have Jesus, we have Havertz, we don't need striker. No,
the problem is not that they have Jesus and striker. Okay, it's understandable you can probably put your faith in this player, but the issue is that first week of January, Jesus was out till the end of the season. So you have 1 striker. Common sense that if you are chasing Champions League and the league, you should buy, and even if you buy like so you used to buy Yalo from just 6 months. Just
Alvaro Morata was offered to them in January. They said no.
Just buy somebody.
You had the opportunity to go for a John Duran before Saudi came. You had the opportunity to go for Ole Watkins, come in and help the club. You said no. So Arteta should sit down. They should boil a large pot of coffee and let him be drinking it perennially till the end of the season because he cost it.
Okay, he cost it. Okay, let's see what will happen. But obviously Liverpool is going to win this Premier League this season. But let's see if there is a miracle that will happen for Arsenal. Because Arsenal win last 10 games and Liverpool don't need to lose 5 games. Almost it go hard. Had to lose 5 games for Arsenal to win.
They don't play 28. They never lose.
You had to lose 5.
They never play 20. They never lose 2.
5 out of.
They can't lose 5 out of 10.
Is practically impossible. Let's see what happens. But for today's game, West Ham is going to be playing Newcastle. Let's get your prediction for that game.
Newcastle winning straight up.
They're coming to the East London Stadium.
It's not
I
about
don't
where they
get
are
strength
coming
to
to.
shout. We come there, we get the 3 points, and Newcastle can go home empty-handed.
Okay, let's see what happens in today's game. Okay, we'll open the phone lines before we talk about the MPFA because Rangers played the 1-1 draw at the Cathedral on Sunday. Before that, let's open the phone line to get your contribution about all these things we are talking about, especially in the EPL. The number to call is 0706 048 5853, or alternatively, you can call 0915 5708347. Before we take calls, let's talk about the table. After the round of games, Liverpool is first with after 29 games with 70 points. Arsenal is second with 55 points. Nottingham Forest is third with 51 points. Chelsea fourth with 49 points. Fifth is Manchester City on 47 points. Brighton sixth on 46 points. Seventh is Aston Villa 45. Bournemouth they are eighth with 44 points. Newcastle, they are playing today. If they win today, they have more chance. They are ninth with 44 points. And the top 10 is Fulham making up that top 42 points. If you look at from 10 to 42 to where Chelsea are with on 49 points, is just 7 points between 4th and 10th. So it's going to be a battle of top
If Newcastle win today, they go fifth on the table.
They go fifth on the
Man
table.
City drop, so which means they are still in the charts for
Everybody
European
from actually let's say from Chelsea, let's start from Chelsea 49 points to Fulham now on 10th is on 42 points. Is going to be a battle of top 4 till the end of the season. We have 10 more games to go, even though Liverpool have played more, but everybody has 10 more games apart from Liverpool and Aston Villa. Every other person has 10 more games to go. Okay, let's see what happens with them. That's the league table for the relegation battle. The relegation battle is obviously Ipswich are on 18th, 17 with 17 points. Leicester City is 17 points on 19. Rock bottom is Southampton, 9 points after 28 games. They have minus 48. They have considered 68 goals this season. 68. You heard me right? 68 goals. This, I don't know that there's any league in this world that somebody has considered that amount of goals. But let's see. Okay, let's start taking calls and get your contribution about all these things we are talking about. Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. This is Alex calling. I greet you in the studio.
Okay, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Name and location, please.
I said this is Alex calling.
Okay.
Good
Yes,
morning, Alex.
good morning.
Good morning,
We
Alex.
can hear you.
All right. What's your contribution?
Please, John, you should be coming down. You keep shouting and shouting. When you know that you are losing games. You are losing games. Why are you shouting in the studio? You should try to bring down your voice. I would say that I said that he's the most delusional person I ever had.
He is.
Let me tell you that in your mind now, just stop yourself the truth. Apart from that, you are a journalist now, maybe you are a journalist as you are. Tell yourself the truth. Don't you think that he himself knows that you need an upliftment in that sport? I can remember vividly, there was any time the hierarchy that he needs reinforcement. And you are coming out to tell us that he is the most delusional. Don't you think that Ateta himself knows that he needs reinforcement? He come out and say in one time that he needs reinforcement. And it's just all these things, it's just the hierarchy. All these American owners, just like Manchester United, all of them are the same thing. The coaches knows what they want, and they will know the type of player that they want to bring, even though he's anyhow. You know that he's fixing the league. I think that he himself knows that he's fixing the league. And you're coming out to tell us that I think that he's the most delicious. I'm not saying it, I'm not because I'm supporting Arsenal. You know that I'm a Man U fan. But if you're coming out to say that I think that he's the most division, I don't think it's the right thing to use. I must tell you that. I must tell you. I think that he himself knows that he needs reinforcement. I remember the one that he came out to say that he needs reinforcement. After hierarchy, the Conquer family, they're not doing anything about it.
Okay.
They're taking over this thing, perform their making and most. I know how much they are married with me and most of all the other things. But yet they would come out to go for money to make the better signings that they need. Please, you should be coming down. You lost against you're coming out telling us
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ateta only admitted that he needed reinforcement after Havertz and Jesus were out. That's it. As that going back as far back as October, September, when the conversation was being had, he said he did not need a striker. And I'm just calling the facts as it is. And in this particular situation, we're not talking about City, we're talking about Arsenal and Man U. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning.
from
Okay, what is your contribution?
John, you have looked for trouble this morning.
Fire down, fire down.
I'm tackling you about your Palmer situation.
Yes, let's go.
How can you be comparing Palmer with people that are not stars, that are twice those people you cannot even tie their shoelace?
Wow.
You know that every big game this season, Palmer has flown and disappeared. Become blind. I mean,
A top pizza
Wow.
is missing in action. MIA.
Wow. Okay.
then answer this question.
Who else turned up when he went missing for Chelsea?
He scored 9 penalties. That means if you remove that 9 penalties, according to you, say penalty will follow. If you remove that 9
According, thank you, say remember. Mm,
13 goals. That's the score for them last season.
without penalty.
On the whole, he's still better than Jackson 1,000 times. Straight up. This season, how far?
The answer my
This season, how far? Jackson is on 9 goals, Palmer is on 14 with less games.
Palmer or Jackson.
You said what?
They are missing somebody now.
Mm.
Yes.
That's what it is.
It's not in the
It's
team
not in
for
the
like
team.
5 games now.
Yes.
There's no need being argument that you don't have any evidence. You will play from now to tomorrow.
I'm still saying it that Palmer is
Just in
still
the
the
day, Palmer
guy.
don't score again.
Mm.
You people just making Palmer look so magical and
Thank you.
He know he didn't day. Thank you, my brother.
When it's magical, you will come out and confess that it's magical.
Bro,
Don't
thank
need
you
to
very
tell
much.
Thank you very much.
For this kind of way, they shout. You go see evidence. If Jackson know they, Palmer chances when they increase, they go to waste. You get even if they show. You get, but Jackson Day, we saw his numbers. Jackson wins penalties, and we keep saying that Jackson's conversion rate is poor because when you have like less than 0.6 shots on target per game,
Okay, let's
your
take-
conversion rate is
At
poor.
least conversion is better than Nkunku.
okay.
You get, but for
Hello? Hello, good morning.
hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, this is Sabadi from Benin State.
Okay.
Welcome.
What is your contribution?
I think it's high time people should stop attacking John because I feel that I'm not trying to overrate him above the rest over there, but I think he's analyzing the way he sees the game, but others are analyzing with sentiment.
Thank you.
Saying condemning Palmer. Palmer is the heart of Chelsea.
Mhm.
And just like John said, that is the cruel thing about his situation. And I want you to know that every player, no matter how McQueen you are, there must be that period of your low point. That is what is exactly happening to Palmer. So people should leave him alone and leave John alone. To analyze what he sees that is right. And then leave sentiment apart. And I want to believe that John is not even a Chelsea fan.
No, it's not.
But he sees exactly what he is.
Straight
And
up.
that should be. And then, like I told you last week, that are we not sure Arsenal have probably scored the rest of their goals against the other
Yes.
Listen, I said,
I remember you said it.
and you see, so people should stop attacking John. That is what I am saying.
All right.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, and God bless you too. Okay, let's see. Let's dive into the La Liga before we talk to MPFL. In La Liga, games happened on this weekend. Celta Vigo winning 2-1 against Leganes. Aves 1, Villarreal 0. Valencia winning against Valladolid 2-1. Barcelona and Osasuna was postponed. I told you earlier that the first team doctor died just a few minutes before that kickoff. So they cancelled the game, so they have to reschedule that game. The surprising result for the weekend is Getafe winning against Atletico Madrid 2-1. Real Madrid winning against Rayo Vallecano 2-1. Mbappe and Vinicius scoring for Real Madrid. Atletico Club and Mallorca played 1-1 draw. Real Betis winning against Las Palmas 1-0. Since our guy Anthony when they are just been winning games small, they are doing well. Okay, the final game for Sunday is Real Sociedad 0, Villarreal 1. For today, Espanyol will play Genoa in the La Liga. Talking about the MPFL happened this weekend. Nigerian Professional League, Bendel Insurance winning 2-1 against Remo Stars. That's the league leaders.
Good results.
Good results for Bendel Insurance. Lobby Stars 0, Ikorodu City 1. Plateau United is winning Abia Warriors 1-0. Kwara United 2, Kano Pillars 0. Enyimba winning Academy Warriors 1-0. National United and Strong Star play 1-1 draw. Rangers at Enugu play the 1-1 draw with Aqua United. Disappointing result for Rangers.
Disappointing result, man.
Result for Rangers International. Heartland and Bayelsa United played a 1-1 draw. Okay, Rangers playing a 1-1 draw at Cathedral. Now imagine.
Look at the
when
opportunity to take points from Remo
even
Stars.
though it's 13 points, right? Now,
Yes.
it would have been cut down to 10 points if we have won.
Yes.
So again, now we drew it. It's still about 12 points. 12 points is still huge, but against Aqua United, we are expected to be winning this kind of games, but we couldn't win it, even though they scored for us. We considered first in that game. Osaba scored for Aqua United. Then Isaac Xavier equalized through a penalty in the second half to make it 1-1.
Crazy, man. I expected a win going into this encounter, and this is why I keep saying, for everybody chasing someone at the top of your league, the most important indicator you can control, no matter what, is your performance. If you keep looking at the other person's performance, you forget about your own performance, because at the end of the day, they can lose 5 games, you lose your own
5 games.
Bro, you are still in the same place. So focus on your game. That's the most important thing. For Arsenal, like my good friend from Benue said, Arsenal gave 7 goals in the Champions League against PSV, and we are struggling for goals against Manchester United. Focus on your own game, Arsenal have dropped points in games where they should have won in this season, that would have closed down that gap on Liverpool. And they keep, each time Liverpool draws, Arsenal keeps either drawing as well or losing games. It's terrible.
No, so Rangers cannot win this league now.
I'm not worried about the league.
10 more games to